The Greek philosophy was full of pungent truth, and Jesus longed to study with the masters in the schools of Greece. And so he left his home in Nazareth and crossed the Carmel hills, and at the port took ship, and soon was in the Grecian capital. Now, the Athenians had heard of him as teacher and philosopher, and they were glad to have him come to them that they might hear his words of truth. Among the masters of the Greeks was one, Apollo, who was called defender of the oracle and recognized in many lands as Grecian sage. Apollo opened up for Jesus all the doors of Grecian law, and in the Areopagus he heard the wisest masters speak. But Jesus brought to them a wisdom greater far than theirs, and so he taught. Once in the amphitheater Jesus stood, and when Apollo bade him speak, Jesus said, "Athenian masters, hear. In ages long ago, men, wise in nature's laws, sought out and found the place on which your city stands. Full well you know that there are parts of earth where its great beating heart throws heavenward etheric waves that meet the ethers from above, where spirit light and understanding like the stars of night shine forth. Of all the parts of earth there is no place more sensitized, more truly spirit-blessed than that where Athens stands. Yea, all of Greece is blessed. No other land has been the homeland of such mighty men of thought as grace your scrolls of fame. A host of sturdy giants of philosophy, of poetry, of science, and of art were born upon the soil of Greece and rocked to manhood in your cradle of pure thought. I come not here to speak of science, of philosophy, or art. Of these you are the world's best masters now. But all your high accomplishments are but stepping stones to worlds beyond the realm of sense, are but elusive shadows flitting on the walls of time. But I would tell you of a life beyond, within, a real life that cannot pass away. In science and philosophy there is no power strong enough to fit a soul to recognize itself or to commune with God. I would not stay the flow of your great streams of thought, but I would turn them to the channels of the soul. Unaided by the spirit breath, the work of intellection tends to solve the problems of the things we see and nothing more. The senses were ordained to bring into the mind mere pictures of the things that pass away. They do not deal with real things. They do not comprehend eternal law. But man has something in his soul, a something that will tear the veil apart that he may see the world of real things. We call this something spirit consciousness. It sleeps in every soul and cannot be awakened till the holy breath becomes a welcome guest. This holy breath knocks at the door of every soul, but cannot enter in until the will of man throws wide the door. There is no power in intellect to turn the key. Philosophy and science both have toiled to get a glimpse behind the veil, but they have failed. The secret spring that throws ajar the door of soul is touched by nothing else than purity in life, by prayer and holy thought. Return, O mystic stream of Grecian thought, and mingle your clear waters with the flood of spirit life, and then the spirit consciousness will sleep no more, and man will know, and God will bless. When Jesus had thus said, he stepped aside. The Grecian masters were astonished at the wisdom of his words. They answered not. Could the teachings of Jesus have found an unexpected audience in the ancient Greek philosophers? Our story begins in ancient Greece, a land of wisdom and philosophy, where the words of Jesus found eager ears among the Grecian masters. His clear, incisive teachings, though not fully understood, were met with great admiration and acceptance. One fateful day, Jesus and Apollo, the sage of Greece, received an urgent summons from the Delphic oracle, the revered mouthpiece of the gods. Walking together by the sea, the two masters were approached by a hurried courier. Apollo, master, the message was clear. The oracle wished to speak with him. Without hesitation, Apollo extended an invitation to Jesus to join him, And so, they set off to Delphi. Upon their arrival, an air of excitement and anticipation filled the air. As Apollo stood before the oracle, it began to speak. It announced the twilight of the Delphic age, a time of glory and renown, a time when the gods spoke to men through oracles of wood, gold, and precious stone. The oracle prophesied its decline, a time when its voice would no longer be heard. But in its place, a new voice would arise, that of a man, the living oracle. The oracle spoke of Jesus, declaring him as the Logos from on high. It foretold a shift in wisdom and power, from itself to him, Emmanuel. It urged all to hear and honor him. And then the oracle fell silent, not speaking again for 40 days. This announcement left the priests and people in awe, and they flocked from near and far to hear the wisdom of the living oracle, Jesus. For 40 days, Jesus and Apollo returned to the comfort of Apollo's home, where the living oracle dispensed wisdom. One day, Apollo, seeking understanding, asked Jesus about the nature of the oracle. Was it an angel, a man, or a living God? Jesus explained that it was none of these. Instead, it was the collective wisdom of the masterminds of Greece, united in thought, wisdom, faith, and hope. This collective consciousness would persist as long as it was fed by the masterminds. But when they ceased, so too would the oracle. So, in the heart of ancient Greece, a transformation occurred. The Delphic oracle, once the voice of the gods, stepped aside for the living oracle, Jesus. His teachings, rather than those of wood, gold, and precious stone, became the wisdom of the time. A shift in power, a shift in wisdom, a shift in understanding. The teachings of Jesus found a home among the Grecian masters, forever changing the course of history.
Have you ever considered the true source of a miracle? Is it a divine intervention, a sudden gust of wind, or perhaps the strength of the human spirit? Let's embark on a journey that takes us back to a holy day on the beaches of Athens. A ferocious storm was raging, tossing ships like playthings upon the tumultuous sea. Sailors and fishermen were being swallowed by the watery abyss beneath them, their lifeless bodies strewn along the shore. Amidst this chaos, a beacon of hope emerged, a man named Jesus. Jesus, with a power that seemed almost otherworldly, rescued countless souls from their watery graves. He even breathed life back into those that seemed beyond saving. Yet on these very shores stood altars, sacred to the gods believed to rule the seas. Men and women, oblivious to the cries of the drowning, were crowded around these altars, praying frantically to their gods for help. When the storm had finally subsided and the sea was calm once more, Jesus addressed the crowd, questioning the efficacy of their prayers and the strength of their gods. In a world unseen, he explained, the mighty powers only help when man can do no more. But you, he told them, prayed and agonized around your shrines, leaving men to drown who could have been saved by your assistance. Jesus taught them that the God that saves is within each of us, manifesting through our own feet, legs, arms, and hands. Strength comes not through idleness or waiting for others to bear our burdens, but by doing our best to bear our own. When we do our best, we offer a sacrifice pleasing to God, who then fills our souls with light, strength, and helpfulness. The most powerful prayer, he explained, is not words but action, specifically helping those in need. Because what you do for others, the Holy One will do for you. This, he declared, is how God helps. After imparting these profound lessons, Jesus prepared to leave Greece and continue his journey to Egypt. As he stood on the shore about to depart, he praised Greece for her thought, philosophy, and unselfish aspirations, yet warned them of the dangers of forgetting the spiritual life that binds a nation to its source of power. He prophesied a time when Greece would rise again, breathing the ethers of the holy breath and becoming a mainspring of the spirit power of earth. But he cautioned them, God must be their shield, their buckler, and their tower of strength. And with that, Jesus bid them farewell. As he sailed from the Grecian port on the Cretan vessel Mars, the people wept, their hearts filled with the wisdom he had shared and the hope he had instilled. So let's reflect on this story, a story of a man's courage amidst a raging storm, a story of divine wisdom imparted to a crowd of idolaters, a story of a prophecy for a nation's rise. Let's remember that true strength comes not from idleness or waiting for divine intervention, but from doing our best, helping others, and keeping faith in the God within us.